Good morning. I think the fire is out for now. And that song is not quite almost over. So I believe we got this thing basically working. So now even if we reloaded and lost our login information, we've still got the chat here. And this is on what, a 10-second polling? Actually, see the requests down there. Oh, maybe I'm doing max of the two, and when logged out it says 30 seconds. I have to override that. It's a little bit long. There we go. This just reminds me. So I don't know if that'll always be up. Still want to have my other one for the time being. In one moment, I think I got a little buzzing in my mic here. My speakers, rather. Alright, that's better. So, yeah, that might be a little bit slow for interactive use. No, other notification. Yeah. I guess somebody has to do a full override. Because 30 seconds is not really interactive. All right. Unless I took on all the overhead to stay logged in, which is a lot of overhead. And security concerns, because I essentially have to have a sort of open proxy to make authenticated requests. I guess I could update the proxy to not be any message, but to have very specific calls for the things my app is doing. That would limit it somewhat. Anyway. So the awkward thing is, well, I've been wanting to improve some of the UI a little bit. But I think we're kind of got off on this proxy branch. And I thought I'd found a way around it. And then we get this. I was doing this speed anyway, so hopefully they won't mind me pulling more than they recommend. It just saves so many security headaches if I don't have to be dealing with refresh tokens and staying logged in. So then the question is, do we actually remove the code that dealt with token refresh? Oh, we've got it in source control. Is it you? for which we might want to refresh our memory a little bit. Is this one of the ones that has problems with the color scheme? I would say, well, there's no files there. Might work. All right. So we've got code for access token parsing. That's not the worst thing in the world. We had to switch this. We had the, actually this was stuff we probably should have done anyway. So then we've got all this exchange token stuff, which search arguments I think we want anyway. So there's some stuff we don't need. We got refresh tokens. Well, manual logout. Also not the worst thing in the world. So there's just the question of, do we actually need to keep some of the refresh stuff around? Yeah, and then we're into so for the main program, maybe we could remove some of that stuff. I don't actually know if it's in the way yet, per se. All right, well, we want this to look a little bit better. So that's doing some stuff. I mean, the actual one is doing like pictures and some highlighting. Oh, how about notes? Yeah. So this was for proxy mode. Oh, if we're, yeah. What the database proxy. I mean, I guess in a sense it was failed, but we did a whole bunch of other stuff. Fine, it's in history. It's not a problem. So for this actually kind of moves down a bit for now. Maybe want to configure polling delay as well, but like actual new usability features are in an input. And the update has always just been a developer thing. Well, it can wait. So I don't have an input box here. I've done input boxes of various sorts. Probably OBS Mic Check would have something similar. The password, host, There we go. There's a time entry thing. I don't really know. Yeah, I've not well organized this yet. So we probably, this is notification feedback. Maybe I need to organize this first, actually. In which case, this does need to go away because I just don't want to deal with it. Get status, get diff. Get commit, remove test button. And I might want to bring in some icons or something for notifications later. So we're going to have log in, log out. Do I even want logging out, or should I automatically log out? I mean, I guess while logged in, I would technically get the... We got a 403. Refresh limits. Well, I can't have gone over the overall requests. Are they actually checking against polling interval? So they're enforcing the polling interval. Hello, how's it going? I'm afraid if this is true, I'm going to have to go back to messing with refresh tokens and the associated security risks, because I don't think 30 seconds is acceptable for trying to do interactive chat stuff. Now, this is only necessary for the alarm, maybe? Well, still not great. Yeah, I noticed that, but I didn't think they were enforcing it. Oh, so you think the interval will actually drop if there's actual chat happening? Oh. Well, there's all right, so let's look at that first. Messages, audio, title. No, it's message polling interval. Is that a maybe? That is indeed a maybe. Now, I don't know if I can force it to be active by myself, but it'd be interesting to see how that's going. Now, this is not a string, though, so we also have to maybe.map to string. Oh. So I've... Oh, okay. So, yes. The error here... And this is something I can probably fix in my... Fetch chat failed. Notification... got live chat messages. So on error. Oh, I set the interval to nothing. Just how about 60 times time that second? So it's still checking back every once in a while. Oh, I've got no... No, we should have gotten an actual response by now. But was that their actual answer? No, so I'm setting that value, not doing my poll. I'm setting that value. Okay, so I want to set this to response dot polling interval millis. And then here, wait, why? Instant floats. I probably had this in the code I took out. Because times are technically floats. Yeah, so because they are enforcing that. So we're just not going to deal with adjusting it right now. All right, so we got that. So if we do some messages, and they might be smart enough to notice those things as far as like if it's me just going hi. All right, yep, it still says 30 seconds, so it might be very active chats. And it might be based on the number of people chatting. So in the sense that it won't let me go more than 30 seconds, it's serviceable. But it is an argument against, yep, and it's still 30. In order to show an interactive timeout, I'd have to be sending time messages, which is going to spam the debugging history, so I kind of don't want to do that. Because it meant I had to be holding a refresh token, which I understand could be a little bit of a security leak. To use it, I had to go through a proxy that supplied the client ID in secret. Which I'd then have to figure out how to secure that against being effectively an open proxy to use my client secret to make arbitrary requests. So one way to lock that down a little bit would be to make it, instead of, arguments append the ID in secret, I could make it more very, very specific API gateway calls. So like poll chat, where you only supply the chat ID. Well, no. Because it's the refresh you have to do. Refresh token body. Refresh token and grant type. Well, it's also the exchange token body. Just code, redirect URI. Well, I could have my proxy I could set up a version with a hard-coded redirect URI. So that at least the code exchange part could only be done to wherever I eventually publish this. I would actually probably want to copy and have a different API gateway then. So I could still use localhost for testing. And then refresh. Yeah. Well, Would I also have to let them supply the API key, or could I continue using that? I mean, the sad thing is that you've got this whole OAuth thing, which, if I had the server, would make it relatively easy to make it usable by anybody. But that makes the usability method go to the developer site, register an application, get these fields, plug them in. And then you're doing server-style requests in the client. Yeah, so I can force a redirect URL during the token exchange by having a dedicated endpoint for that. I guess I don't. One thing I don't know is if they're tracking the client ID associated with a refresh token, so that whether it would matter if somebody. Well, I've already kind of got the refresh token in the app. Or had it. So, yeah, I kind of don't want to deal with this. I mean, this will tell me that somebody was chatting, and as long as they wait 30 seconds for a response, then I'll be able to find out they were there. Just want to display this a little bit better. So I can. Yeah, so actually, where are we? And we've already removed the test button. So we just don't deal with printing that anymore. I just wanted to see what was changing. All right, 66AE. API is enforcing polling interval. Oop, other notification. So then, I'm going to be back to that without the time. And actually view. So right now the header is that. I think I may want to actually organize this. So we've got a login, we've got title, and maybe notification status. There's gonna be divs. Well, I can do some stuff to position them. I don't even have CSS in this yet. Div, style, and this. Well, you might have actually had an exterior style sheet. Oh, the recent smaller apps just use embedded ones. So it is node style text CSS. Okay, no actual CSS there yet. And we want header to be, is it display flexbox? No, display flex. And flex direction. Is it row? Or does it put them in rows? Is that okay? Justify content. This is actually getting maybe a little big for one line style. Space between. Okay. So we got that up there. We got, So the native U2 style is an icon, which I'm not currently been fetching. Possible decorations based on the type. And the message. So, and it looks like no colon because I just what somebody else looked like. But so are we even identifying this yet? Nope. Am I gonna need anything else from that? Login view, which is using all of these. Oh, okay, we got the message view. So that's a little bit of that stuff. We still have to identify this as a list style type none. And I have not done any of the fancy flags. So I have to pull more stuff out of the API messages. Live chat message. So you have to go into the author details to get owner, sponsor, moderator. Profile image URL. I'm not used to having that, so it's fine. Alright, I'm gonna live without that. So, message view. That's something we might need. These should probably be converted into span. Got class, chat, author. Oh, I guess we still need the text. I want to have some white space there. Not space. Thinking of space. That's ban. Class, chat. Mm. 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 So chat author. I don't think that's necessarily a well, I'm looking at Restream and guessing that maybe they're doing. I think that might be about the right blue. Can yeah. So can I go eyedropper off of? You cannot eyedropper off page. So it's got slightly lighter blue. Or maybe it is just a blue. Oh, you know what else? What else? Well, unless I missed something. Yeah, I don't think YouTube has a dark mode, so it's getting a little bit out of sort of their look to go dark mode, but especially if I'm doing something at night, I might want that. All right, so where I have done that, this is more of a Twitch color scheme, but yeah, so it is just body background color. Oh, we should probably set a reasonable default text color then too. So they're actually choosing a bluish color because that's their thing. What's the 20s? That's not far off from you, actually. And let's see, it's a slightly bluish off-white. That's going to be down 80, somewhere around there. Yeah, so we want a little bit lighter color for... Is there like a light blue? No, there is not. Oh, no, it's a very, very light blue. Okay. All right, so blue will be that. So I guess when iterating styles is where... Huh. Yeah, so that blue is actually something different. Okay, so that's a similar one. It's closer to... more there, so that's fine, and more there. That's more of a... Yeah, actually it is more of a cyan, maybe. That update? Well, yeah, maybe that one's a different color. I guess I could technically go restream chat, properties, bring that up in a full-fledged browser. Oh, weird, I got a different background color. Oh, maybe it's the default background of OBS versus there. But your color is closer to... 6F. I think they're also doing a bold font, which is a little bit better. And then links also need that. Doesn't look not ugly. Wait, what am I? What? Oh, chat authors. Okay. That was our default basic white versus... I guess active was even brighter still. Well, actually, I think that is using our basic text color. Looks pretty similar. Yeah, that kind of works. So the restream thing kind of ends up... I don't know if it's bold or if I've zoomed it up a bit. Maybe Twitch is doing bold too. Element style color, because they have user colors. Font weight 600. I don't know what the default is. I would say that the messages aren't adjusted by default. Chat message text. No, okay. So chat author, is bold too much? Eh. So header, Okay, stream title. I think mainly I just want that. Oh, and now we have to figure out, do any of these others have... I'm not sure you have any lists. Position bottom right width. None display fixed. Margin 0, padding 0. Does that get rid of the indent? A little bit too well. So is it margin or padding? I'd say it's padding. And actually the header should probably be offset a little bit. Header, background, color. I don't really have a color scheme. So if our background color is that, what if we do like... that might actually be page indent. Yeah. So what if we did body... margin 0. Header margin 0. To put it back where it was, although I might want to tweak that. And actually, header could use a little bit of padding, not much. Oh, those will actually line up nicely. Okay. And I guess font size is pretty easily tweaked. So I guess I got off in a little bit of a styling rabbit hole there. I wanted to do some features. Okay. Right, because we're trying to organize things. Because I eventually want places to put some controls and things. Organize header, start adding styles. So now we've got a place we can put a input control. This won't be nicely centered anymore. And then who was I getting that from? Might check. Password. Does P make sense here? I'm not sure P makes sense here. Config. What do I call this elsewhere? Audio notice idle. So something that passed in. Did we get the whole? We got the whole model. Be at least 0, but set audio notice idle. Able for yeah, this is hard to describe, isn't it? Oh, you have to define the messages, you mean? Oh, we're probably gonna need to bring in this stuff. Oh, and the int at that. Oh, we're doing the regex stuff. No, this partially derives from a different project. Target value, decoder int. Where I wanted to be very, very strict about when it was a valid string and when it wasn't. Well, I guess 0 is not great there. Well, no, this could succeed and fail. So this is a result. JSON decodes string. Yeah, okay, and then text. This actually has to become a case. Well, could do it as map result dot. No, that's still in a result. We have to turn it into a JSON decode. Okay. N. Air. Not an integer. And we have to bring in encoders or decoders. Import JSON.decode. Ah. Yep, there's more of them. Haven't imported on. Oh, I don't have this as a data field yet. So this is like our default. Audio notice, yes. Is it a maybe? Well, the user's going to be entering this in seconds. And that's how they're going to kind of think of it. So do we translate that? I guess keeping it in kind of in user terms could be good. But this is model dot and then update. View has to handle set audio notice idle. Audio notice idle equals time. I'm actually wondering if just having that decode as a maybe be better, because that way we could detect invalid values and sort of ignore it. That is strictly, well, if you're changing it, you're looking at the window. So init ints and floats. Some more parentheses and more parentheses and more parentheses. Alright, well, I need to take a break before figuring out why this is being stupid. I guess more likely I'm being stupid, but I'll be back in a minute. But you know, it kind of solves that problem with money under your feet.
God dang it. Not today, Death. You more laughs, laughs, cry. No. Did you even follow? I think you could, yeah, you have followed. I've seen your name. No, I don't know how you get, yeah, I just have to hang out longer. Zahil can.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Fahrenheit. I live in a country that uses ye old Celsius. So I was like, what? But that totally makes sense. Sorry, new baby. We have Max, baby.
There's more behind me, is there? Damn! Got your art, bastard. What's wrong with you?
Run.
Oh.
Alright, we want that one. There we go. Welcome back. Alright, so am I maybe missing this? Maybe on a different line, actually? Update chat messages. Oh no, that's... what do you even have to do? Why do you notice idle float? Oh, did I? Default. You were times time, which turned you into float. Notice idle may be time. No, audio notice idle int. Audio notice idle int. Did I misspell it? Doesn't look misspelled. Oh. We lost our command. And that can be a much smaller box. Was I doing that in CSS before? I was need to know config audio notice idle. That might be a little too wide. Oh, no. The input. Is 3 enough? Oh, with the arrows, no, it's not. So that would let you go out to many, many seconds. Alright, that's basically serviceable. I don't even mind the white box that much. Alright, pretty much as expected. Configurable, idle, chat, delay. Disable audio updates. So we need... Well, might also want to be able to disable pop-up updates, depending on what you're doing. I might need a like actual config mode menu. We'll have to see. Because that is going to get crowded if you start doing this kind of thing. It kind of adjusts. Alright, so I'm thinking about... Oh. You can only have one label for this, can't you? Maybe you could have more than one. Actually... audio alarm after... Well, yeah, you could arrange that. Now, what we might want, though... is a unit. And then that gives us a place to have, like, checkbox, checkbox. I'm thinking about whether I might eventually want to do icons for these. Well, it's mostly CSS, isn't it? Oh, and then all got the ARIA stuff. Which I haven't gotten into yet on this one. Right, because this was a multi-column thing where it wasn't super clear. Could probably skip that. Although... right, so this is an actual table. Yeah. So that was a bit of a special challenge. So I might actually want to get into regular label. Oh. Also, indentation's wrong. I'm starting to think, well, yeah, just have... if all the config stuff goes together, it wouldn't be terrible. Because they got collapsed into one box. Yeah, if we do this at the top level, it's going to get separated, spaced out. it kind of needs to be well, there needs to be some kind of container. And you would actually be a div. So then we'd have you for that. Checkbox, it's labeled by. And, ooh, we're just going to have toggle audio notice. I could make the time item maybe, but then you completely forget the value if you turned it off. Indeed, I have not defined that. And now we have to go do YouTube notifications. Oh. I mean, on check. Oh, and it just is. There's only one of these. Oh, did I? Yeah, I copied this. Right, so that made it look like it had a field, which doesn't exist. So model. Then we have to init that. And this is where we've done. Yeah, this is where we're eventually going to want to save these. Subscriptions. Message pulling model.audio node, maybe .map, maybe that with default. Audio notice. Right. I was wondering if I could turn that maybe into, or that bool into a another link in the maybe chain, and I don't see an easy way to do that without just having like if true just something, well, that audio notice active. That might need parentheses. And then our update function, we've got UI toggle audio notice. Audio notice active equals not model dot audio notice active. Does it actually do anything? Let's make this like 1. And we've got our slow poll. Maybe I do want the update button. Okay. And it works. Disable audio notice. I might want to extend that to disabling the pop-ups as well. Option to configurable smallest update. That's not going to be even possible. Actually, the auto scroll will be more important. I've actually done a little bit of the actual style. I can always do more. We need save settings. Actually, this would probably be more important than configurable. Toggle pop-up notifications. Option to disable audio alarms. Yeah. So this might... So auto scroll might be a gnarly thing. Let's just say this is going to be a common problem. Chat box, scroll to bottom. jQuery animate. Well, that's animation. Okay, that's a jQuery solution. Chat box, scroll to bottom. Scroll to bottom of div. Automatically scroll down div. Yeah, this might turn out to be a gnarly problem. Div.scroll height. So this would have to be a port where we say we got a message to update the scroll. Oh, so the problem here is that we've got Elm doing its DOM thing. Hmm. Hmm. jQuery again. Container user sees. Container scroll top. Hmm. Yeah. There's even a question for that. Dom.scroll. Okay. Well, okay, so the question is this still... no, I want package, thank you. Is this still maintained? Lang Dom. Okay, and there's Dom.scroll. Oh yeah, focus. That's something I've sometimes done ports for. Event handler to the document. Adulting task will never end. Not completely sure I understand that. Anyway. 2 top, 2 bottom. Oh, I might be able to use the HTML with ID stuff to maintain better frame-to-frame consistency. So, Elm package install Elm Lang Dom. Leave notification. Import dom.scroll. So got notification, no, got live chat messages. Now this unfortunately doesn't leave room for scrolling up. If messages received and not initial batch. This would pretty much just be dom.scroll.to bottom ID. So we actually need to turn around and I guess. And oh. What? Yeah, I'm gonna probably want to have that scrolling. Apparently you can move those. Yeah. Lang. Docs, syntax. Else if. Oh, forgot it then. Oh, I wasn't watching my types. Task.perform. Oh, I have to give you a... What's the error in this case? By ID. Ah. Now we found this. Yeah, it has to be a message, but we can reduce it to something less interesting. And then we actually have to implement that. Task.perform. Task.neverbe. Oh, it's right, it has to be an attempt. Because it actually has a failure case. Now, this thing isn't sub-scrollable, which becomes an interesting little thing in itself. Is it absolute? Bottom 0? Oh, yep, and overflow. I guess I could technically apply to either of them. Either direction, X or Y. Is there an auto that only makes those appear if necessary? I cannot make it smaller. Okay, that doesn't work. Well, I mean, I guess the other thing is that this is pretty much going to take the entire width. Maybe hope that's not a problem with margins and stuff. Oh, actually the thing is, we have to do... I might have to have a container with relative. Wait, my header... Okay, so that is the scroll of the sub-container. And I forgot to check is... Oh, actually it did scroll to the bottom on the initial one there. And then... And that did not. So the initial one worked. Oh. Hi, Mr. Blue Sky. Thanks for stopping in. I'm probably almost done, though. Because I have another... I'm doing it in the same thing as another case. YouTube notification. This has to be a... Yeah... Not initial batch. Yeah. You might have to send all of them. So we reload, we scroll to the bottom, we go again, and we wait 30 seconds because I'm not fully authenticated. I mean, I guess I could, for testing purposes, I could definitely just log in. And then you get the shorter delay. There we go. Scroll to bottom. I haven't really been watching. Yeah, okay, so I need my top to be, I don't know, something. Or I need to have some sort of container. That works. More or less. Oh, notes. Notes. All right, toggle pop-up, save, social leaks and cleanup, and see if we want to deal with login for faster updates. But I am going to have to leave a little bit early this afternoon, so I kind of want to wrap this up, have lunch. As of now, I'm thinking of doing some Astroneer poking around the tutorial planet. Assuming nothing else came up. And yeah, nothing yet. All right, so stream over. Off for next time. Oh, this is when I have streamed. There are some things afoot that might completely throw this out of whack. But until that happens, this is about the schedule you could expect. Thanks to Two Left for the Cry, Dog and Lake, Deadly Tacos, Ocerat Gaming, Stormy Ice Leopard, Joy Chef for AP, Crow Kitsune, One Jellybean for hosting me. And let's see if I can have anything to recommend. Mm-hmm. All right, looks like NedMix Games is doing some game development. Looks like he's working on a terrain system in Unity. So if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye.